experience working in conflict-affected states, and is also following quite closely the post-2015 debates and how to integrate peace and security in a new global agenda. What is, in your view, the elements that need to be integrated in a new global framework for development to secure peace in a sustainable manner?
No, it is very important that we take peace, security, and governance as part of the post-2015. And also it is very important that we look at them in a holistic manner rather than a vertical approach. And holistic manner means that whenever we address the other goals, we should also look at how they are promoting security, how they are promoting governance, how they are addressing those issues. And we have to look at it in a more inclusive way and very important in a way that is not only targeting the conflict-affected countries, because even there are other countries that might fall in this category if you are not trying to deal with them in a universal manner.
Would Saferworld recommend then a mainstreaming approach, and on top of that also one single goal for peace in a new global framework?
Absolutely. We want a goal for peace, a goal for governance if possible,
yes,
but also a mainstreaming in the approach and a commitment to make it happen,
yes,
during the 2015.
When we now look at the global discussions, and it has a bit moved to the intergovernmental phase of the open working group, for example, how far do you think we are with actually getting there, with integrating all these elements that you talked about? Because governance is a very sensitive issue for many governments. So I think in terms of politically, how far do we think did we get?
Yeah, I think this is very challenging. And there are some people, they do not want it to be part of the Millennium Development Goals because of their personal and internal dynamics of those countries. I think we need to remove their fears and concerns. If we don't address their fears and concerns, then we will not be able to move forward. And they are certain, I don't want to speak about those countries, but their internal dynamics let them suspect this might be used against them in the future. And we need to use it. This is a collective action from the international community to make our world safer, to make our world prosperous, to make the future look good for the generation to come. If we take that approach and we take the collective accountability, collective responsibility, then we might remove their fears. Other people, they say, oh, how can you measure those issues? No, you can measure them. You can measure them through capacity building, you can measure them through public perceptions, and you can measure them like what you are measuring nutrition. You can say how many women, violence against women, 1 in 100,000. And according to it, that will be one of the indicators where you measure that whether this is an advanced nation or still nation struggling. So we need to introduce those, and Saferworld develop 160 indicators. And those indicators has to be adapt to each context, to each country. So I don't think there is a problem. But our personal fears, our personal concerns as a state, as government, that is the main. But the role of the civil society, we should not underestimate that. The role of the civil society is critical in the design and the implementation of post-2015.
Thank you. And one last question I have is, because we're here at the European Development Days, what do you think can external actors like the EU contribute if we have an agenda that implements, for example, all these goals? What are the...
You have a lot to contribute. Look at the European Commission and Africa, say, for example. You have an African EU partnership strategy. In that strategy, it has a number of pillars. And one of these pillars is security. And there are other development pillars. So it is a partnership. I participated in that conversation as part of the African civil society at the time of the design of that strategy. If we continue with the sincere wishes and political will, definitely the European Union is a player, and it will be welcome. But I think the people, we need to remove the fears of the people. Is it a Northern-led development political agenda? Why not to become our agenda? And that is what we want.
Great, thank you very much.
Yeah, okay,
Thank you.
Thanks.